Hi, y'all. How
Woohoo!
Hey, what's up?
you doing?
Hello, hello.
Well, who all do we have in here? Anyone?
Yeah, we've got GGB and Healing Elements. Hi,
Hey.
guys.
Hi.
All right, I just put it on my community, so hopefully a few see it. Hey, Gina.
Awesome. Hi,
Gina.
Gina.
I just timed Gina out on
Hi.
Sheila's channel. I'm so sorry about
I just put it on my community. Get rid of that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna kind of pick.
that. Your special friend.
Hey, Susie. Healing Elements.
Hello,
Hi,
Susie.
Susie.
GGB.
GGB's here.
GGB. Hello,
Jen,
Sharon.
why are you a special friend there, Jen?
Oh, well, I timed her out. She's just loving on me. My big fat finger timed her out on the chat.
Hi, Cecile.
Hmm.
Well, today, I am going to pick your brain.
Okay.
So, well, there were a couple of things that were about past lives that I wanted to ask. As far as one is on starseeds, and is there? Do you know different physical characteristics? I saw. We talked earlier about this. I saw a pair of hands. Two men shaking
Here,
hands,
bring out the
and they
notebook,
were
right?
yeah, and they were that they weren't right. Their hands weren't right, and I was like, "Why are you showing me this?" And I thought, "Oh, this must be a long time in evolutionary history." Then I was watching Jen. I don't remember if it was on Susan Lynn's channel or whatever, but she was talking about the starseed past lives, and it was like mind blown because I thought, "Oh my god! Oh my god!" I saw one. But
Yeah.
then I thought, well, maybe it is evolutionary history. So that's the reason why I wanted to pick your brain on that particular issue.
Okay. Yeah.
So you're talking about how the hands are different with starseeds?
Yeah, the different characteristics, physical characteristics. Um, that was what I saw was their hands had it was like they had an extra joint, or they just weren't right when when they shook hands.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. But
So is that
when
like
you do
double jointed?
Yeah, I'm getting Lyra. Yeah.
Lyra,
Yeah.
that's so cool. That is so
Uh-huh.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah. They have
Oh my god.
wings.
Oh, well, this is me personally, but I've got to ask you about the Andromeda system, because when Angel Star Karma and Marie did my chart, well, it was bad because that morning I had a migraine, so it's horribly slow listening to it because I'm very, very slowly talking. But um, in that reading, she said when she said the Andromeda system, it was like somebody punched me in the gut. I mean, the other star systems, I felt like uh my heart kind of quivered, like they meant something to me. But the Andromeda system, whenever she said the name Andromeda, it was like boosh.
Mm-hmm.
And so who's from the Andromeda system?
Oh, well, yeah, there's some pretty famous Andromedans. Like AOC is from Andromeda. You will find, Starseed. She's a Starseed.
Mhm.
But you will find them in Law and politics, very kind of heady um, professions, but they want to make change. I mean, that's the biggest trait about a star seed is this incredible need to be of service and to create change on earth and through our consciousness. So yeah, I have some things here on Andromeda if you'd like me to read it to you, or yeah,
Sure.
I can buzz through it. So Andromeda is a huge spiral galaxy, approximately 2.2 million light years from Earth. It is the closest constellation to our own. Its main stars are Alpheratz, Meroc, and Mira. Andromedans have had contact with the people on Earth for many hundreds of thousands of years. They are a highly advanced civilization that has taken on the role of the lawmakers of the universe. They do so from a position of unconditional love, as they hope to raise humanity to the same seventh dimensional level as their own. They are primarily head or mind based, and they abhor chaos and confusion and over emotionalism. They incarnated during the times of the Roman Empire and Victorian England to bring structure, law, and order to humanity. They have also incarnated in China, Japan, and South America at times to help those civilizations develop a societal structure. One of the major home planets is geographically 1/6 land and 5/6 water. It's a lot of water. That's why they have a lot of fins. Its sunlight and vegetation are similar to Earth, but have a pinkish tinge. The beings are basically human in form, but taller and more ethereal. They wear long flowing robes in the colors of deep purple, regal reds, emerald greens, and dark blues, which indicate their status and occupations. Andromedans have very high IQs and are telepathic. They are able to transport themselves both mentally and with the use of advanced technology. Their cities are crystalline in structure, designed in the shape of pyramids, semicircles, pentagons, and rectangles. They are aesthetically and practically laid out. An Andromedan helped to design Washington, D.C. That's after an Andromedan structure. They are aesthetically and practically laid out. Their civilization is highly organized, each person knowing their position in society and life tasks to fulfill. An Andromedan marriage is a carefully well thought out commitment. Similar goals and temperaments are considered above emotional and physical attraction. Often couples will choose not to have a child or to raise only one child. The child's upbringing is lovingly formal and structured. The raising of a child is considered a responsible, lifelong commitment. Friendships are usually developed between like-minded beings, often working together for a similar goal and purpose. I've got 2 more pages of that.
That's so cool. Oh, that is so cool.
So this information is coming from Courtney, the ET I've been channeling in the mornings.
Oh, wow.
Do you see hair? I was just browsing images for Andromedans, what they posted on the web.
Yeah.
None of them show hair.
Yeah. They're all different, just like on all the planets,
Right. That is so cool, because the thing that you said about water, that the
I had
water and bodies of water has always been a big thing for me.
I had a dream of it. I had a dream of a one that looks like this.
I like it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, okay. back on track. I'm horrible. I start you down a rabbit hole right off the bat.
Oh, hey,
Okay,
Johanna. Hi, Ron.
because I just,
Anyways.
that's the way I think. I think, ooh,
Hey,
my daughter says, we have popcorn conversations, Mom. We have popcorn conversations because
yeah.
like, boing, boing, boing.
Anyway,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, focus.
So,
Because
a
I'm
question for you,
awful.
Jen.
Yes,
Question for you, Jen. Do you feel that star seeds have immediately had a um, past life that came from extraterrestrial?
yes, sir.
And that's why they feel like they're so connected because they miss home and what they've done
Yeah.
and feel like they
Well,
don't belong.
right. I mean, they feel very different. Yeah, they have like a longing for where they have been. And usually, the dimensions are higher than, I mean, that's what I'm experiencing is that like they come from a higher dimension and it's kind of like coming to Earth is like dumbing down in a sense. It's almost like a hand slap,
Yeah.
No.
an isolated linear lesson. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
That's
makes
what, that's
sense.
what, that's what I kind of sense. They mostly come from the seventh dimension. I
Yeah.
think
Seventh
that's,
and ninth.
it feels like that's the most dense for our extraterrestrial friends
Hmm.
Yes.
and easy movement throughout the galaxy or whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
okay. Um, past life readings, cutting cords on vows, because I have I've had several past life readings. Uh, Interestingly enough, where people kept talking about after the reading. Whenever I told them they had been a priest or a nun or a monk or whatever, then we get into this thing where they almost self sabotage um, marrying somebody, making a commitment, and all this kind of stuff. And I told them, what to do, but I would love to have your thoughts on the cutting cords of vows in a past life.
Hmm. Okay.
Vows. What do you mean vows?
Well, when you become a nun, when you become a priest, you take a vow. I took a
Oh,
vow when I
okay.
became a nurse. We take a vow, to not poison anybody. But those
Well,
things
I'm a
are.
military veteran and I took a vow, but look at all the military veterans that were at the 1-6 or believe all these
Well,
lies and
well,
don't
that's
respect the
true.
Constitution.
That's true. But usually, to become a um, like a nun or a priest, you are marrying God. When
Exactly.
you and so that kind of vow has real rings to it. I mean, real, not rings like marrying rings, but it's like the ring of truth when you make that kind of commitment. But some people, when they can say a vow and all they've done is said the words, there's no true meaning behind it because their intention is I need to do this to get further. I need to do this for me, whereas some people take a vow and it is sacred.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, what I see in this when I'm doing readings and I'm doing starseed readings and we're talking about that commitment, and that comes up in the soul contracts,
Mhm.
right? That it's like a contract almost with God.
Mhm.
So, folks who have a difficult time trusting God is what I'm seeing when I'm doing the readings is,
Mhm.
and So because we see God in another person that we marry, right? And so it's like a contract with God and trusting God is what I see when I'm reading
Mhm.
folks.
Yeah, I mean, I
Does that make
haven't, I
sense?
haven't, yeah, yeah, I haven't seen any other like profession or vow or anything that rings throughout lifetimes than, somebody who is a priest or a nun or a monk. This it really seems to affect them so much more than, say, a nurse who takes a vow or a military man who takes a vow. It's not mm, it doesn't seem to keep ringing the same bells. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Right. Yeah.
Well,
Because, yeah, we see the face of God in our
Mm,
beloved, right? And
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
what about those that have betrayed their oath? There's been many priests that have betrayed their oath.
Well, yeah, I'm sure there have. But
Like
that
me
goes
and
back.
Susan Lynn.
What's that?
Like me and Susan Lynn. We were a couple of far out friars.
Well, you know what I'm talking about, the abuse of
Right.
nuns, the
Yeah.
children, and all that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
You know,
I'm not saying I'm not saying that everyone who gives a vow is making a vow to God, because some people use the priesthood or the nun, I don't know what you call it, the nunnery, I guess, I don't know, but they use that to further themselves. It's not an actual contract. The intention behind the vow has to be there for the vow to be strong enough to withstand several lifetimes. You
Mhm.
do you understand what I'm saying?
I think so. I mean, because it's a vow with God, it's a vow with our essence, right? It's
But
different than if we're
yeah, but uh, I mean, Scott has an interesting point. You do have to wonder what that priests and nuns who betray their vow, what kind of karma that puts on their soul.
mhm.
oh, any kind of betrayal is dealt with afterwards
Yeah, yeah,
heavily.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
So do you? So you're what you're feeling and sensing is that vow continues into
Mhm.
another life.
Mhm. Yeah, and
Hmm.
they have to cut the cord because
I'm not
I've seen two that
okay.
have serious commitment issues. And I mean, we they they wanted to pass life reading. I gave them a past life reading about the one was a nun, one was a priest, and it's after that they started telling me all about how they had almost self-sabotaged with uh, their significant other. One lady was had a fiance and everything, and then her job um, said that she could go someplace if she wanted to, and she suddenly decided she wanted to, and she left him. And she said, "I do this all the time. I don't know what it is." I said, "Well,
I know those
not
who
with
take
that."
vows have a real problem with commitment on
Mm-hmm.
a contractual level, a soul contractual level. Does that
Yeah,
make sense?
You know
yeah.
what I sense is that we've had many lifetimes. Hundreds, and every one of them has a different scenario.
Mm-hmm.
And when we're doing our contract to come back, you take pieces of what you need to learn everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really sense that. like say if you're a nun and you go up and like, well, I don't want to be a nun next time. I'll do something different. But what, like I've done past life readings too. And it seems to be, like I say, if your last life you had a husband that was always gone, say gone in the military or whatever, and wasn't there for you, that worry may be here in this lifetime while you might have commitment issues. Now I've seen that because of, and the same scenario happens, that gone for work all the time, traveling, and it doesn't work out, they end up cheating or whatever the case, and it breaks up. It seems to be another scenario we got to learn to either change how you act in that marriage or release it a lot sooner and not accept that marriage. So I don't really sense there's a hold on any vow. This is just my senses, because, we may have been an ET, we may have been a farmer, we may have been a nurse, we may have been a nun. We take it all together and then, okay, this is the biggest thing I need to work on. And then you come down and do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I really, once you're in that realm and learning what you did, you don't have to accept that vow. But it may relate to other lives. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's just what I sense. I don't think there's any attachment, not like the cord of our soul or our body. It just, to me, it feels like once you're there, you're starting anew. Okay, this is what I did in my life. This is what I did in my other lives. What should I do next time? I don't feel like there's an attachment. It's a whole new world, a whole new beginning. Once you're past, what am I going to do now?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I could be wrong, but it's a good conversation.
Yeah.
It is a good conversation.
Let's see. Well, here's another one. Okay. Why
Hi, Allie.
are why
Hey,
are
Allie.
why are UFO sightings more prevalent? Because in one of the stories that Lori Williams, my remote viewing teacher, she's intuitivespecialist.com, she told me about a story of it was a series of letters in a book, and that there were this man who was interviewing one of the Native Americans who saw them landing at, I don't know, Jamestown or wherever they landed, and he said that half of the people standing there could see the ship coming in, but half could not. And until they got into a smaller boat and rowed to shore, they didn't see anything. And this points out that if you can't wrap your mind around it, you can't. Your brain will just blanket. It's like, okay, I don't understand that, so we're checking out. Bye. And I really wonder if the sightings are, more prevalent now, or if it's just that people's minds have expanded to the point to where that more people can see them. What do you think?
Yes.
Yes.
So this popped in my head. It's like you have the former guy at a podium. You'll have 100 people there, right? 30% maybe like,
Yeah.
the other 70 are like, huh?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that with ET and seeing it. You accept, you're open-minded, you believe, you will see it. And especially if you're in an energetic area. But the other portions are like, oh, that doesn't exist. They won't say it. It's just blinded.
Right.
So yeah, more and more people are opening up.
I think so.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
And I agree with you, yeah, both of you. It's like Sasquatch is an ET race, and some people see Sasquatch, some people see ghosts a lot more readily than other folks, right? And
Right.
it's the same with ET.
Well, that's a good segue, because what I was wanting to ask, I mean, we could read on it, we could just give me your opinions, whatever, but I wanted to touch on what's Bigfoot's origin, and is Bigfoot trying to teach us something? If so, what? And Jen's got some juicy things to give me.
I saw Bigfoot when I was 4 the first time.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, I was my first backpacking trip with my parents. But and I saw 2 juveniles, like twins. They were close, like to the same age. And then I saw their mother. It was interesting though, because I could see them in the trees, and my whole family and our family friends, we were all hiking on this boardwalk. It was out on the Olympic Peninsula. And I could see them, but it wasn't like they could see them. Right. And then as I've aged and, now I'm kind of channeling the Sasquatch, just a message to humanity. And they are an ET race. They're responsible for helping to seed humans here on Earth. They remain elusive. They don't understand. I mean, they do understand, but they don't like it that humans can kill each other. They just don't kill each other, and they don't kill other beings. Beings Sasquatch that are like dark ET, they have been kind of morphed in, invaded, and they can hurt humans, but it's very rare. But they are here to teach us and help us raise our consciousness, just like the whole ET consciousness is here to help us evolve and raise in our own consciousness. But they're like the gatekeepers of the earth. They protect the earth. They help us to alter our behavior so that we don't damage the rest of the universe. See, that's the thing about humans, is that we don't take into account. It's not like in our sphere to honor the connectedness that we have with other beings.
Right.
And so what we do as humans, whatever, for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So whatever we do on Earth is affecting the universe.
Everywhere else. Okay.
So especially like if we're blowing up nuclear bombs, or if we're testing them out in the ocean, it's rippling out into the universe. We are changing the molecular structure of the universe. So Sasquatch is here to stop us from doing those things, working in tandem with other ET races for us to stop doing these things. But they focus on us protecting the earth, but also in raising our consciousness. They really want us to feel, to see, to be that connectedness with each other. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Wow.
What do you think, Jen?
Wow.
What?
How open I am, right?
Yes.
I love the experience. I've never seen an extraterrestrial. I've never seen a spaceship. I've never seen, a Sasquatch. Why?
But you believe.
Oh, I totally believe everything, you know. The
I know,
universe,
isn't that awesome?
you know, right? But why haven't I seen any? I ask. I lived on a farm for 40 years.
Do you go out in
There's
the woods?
hills and trees, and we went deer hunting, but we never seen a Sasquatch.
Well,
Well,
but
And,
they're there.
the only time there was a UFO sighting, and it was like 10 miles from my house, the farmhouse, but I was in the service. So I wasn't there when it happened.
oh, I got it.
I know.
Well, Scott,
That town was probably, it's like 10 miles from where I live now. But every Halloween they have UFO days. It was a big thing back then when it happened.
yeah.
You know, 50 to 100 people seen it, you know, reported it. Big investigation, but that was the only time in the area of any UFO. There's been some weird, what was it? Like 50 miles away, there was that thing called the Beast of Bay Road. A long time ago in the 80s, people were seeing this elemental weird thing that looked like a Sasquatch, but weirder, they said. But then it stopped.
Oh.
You know, it was, I can't remember. I think it was in the early 80s. People were reporting seeing this weird creature, and then it disappeared.
You can come on down to Oklahoma, and at Hugo they have a Bigfoot festival, and one of my senators proposed a bring in legal type, you know, a law about Bigfoot hunting. You know, you could buy tags for that. And so I just didn't have words.
Yeah. Well, they cloak themselves. That just won't happen. Rarely happens. They cloak themselves. They'll show themselves to you.
But anyway, okay. Now this one. Come on, you ready?
It's fun. It's like eating with that game show.
Yeah. Okay. They have scientifically found brain cells in the heart. Will they find a way to scientifically prove psychic abilities within our lifetimes?
Yes.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm. No, Scott.
I mean, maybe 20 or 30 years from now, but hey.
Well, you know, they've tested, you know, like I think the Long Island Medium and others have gotten tested, you know, with a hat, and they can tell changes do happen.
Mm-hmm.
So
they can't identify them.
Right,
so
they can't.
That's what I think. I think that maybe they will come across some brainwave or something, and somebody will have an epiphany if the brainwave is the same in all psychics, or in their little slice of sample, then they would say that's proof, and that would be announced, and I would be like, yes.
So you're saying in our lifetime, you mean like within the next 30 years?
Yeah.
That scientists can prove or see.
They'll see the waves.
See a wave.
I'm seeing waves. They will see waves. A measurement somehow of psychic activity. But they already knew. I mean, the government has these programs.
Has done it for years. Yeah.
For years. And they were recruiting kids at school when I was in kindergarten. I remember these guys coming in and having us take tests. There were 5 of us that went to the resource room. And I knew not to say what I was able to see. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, no, I knew exactly what they were doing.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, they know.
they know.
Some reason I heard Duke University. I don't know if they do any testing there, but there might be
Oh,
some. There might be a
Oh,
article or a professor's thing coming out of Duke, maybe.
yeah.
But I
wow.
mean, it's got to be proof. I mean, yeah, we know our government hides a lot of things.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
But
you
I
know,
think
I mean, I
I
think
just
the
would really,
I think the guys that did remote viewing for the government, I'm sure they were tested and there's proof there,
Mhm,
and all
mhm.
that.
mm-hmm.
Well, and that's another thing.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
that
Tyler.
it's a big thing on TikTok about glitch in the matrix. And what this is, because my daughter sends me TikTok videos all the time, and what they're doing, there's all this speculation about, living in a fake world and all this kind of stuff, but what they're literally doing with their glitch in the matrix is they're talking about um, looking like one woman looked outside and saw her husband walking to the mailbox just like he always does when he comes home. And then she went and did, something. She said, he's not in here yet. And he came home early. Why? And so his car wasn't there, anything. She called him and he said he hadn't been home. And they're saying we living in a copy world, like the Matrix or something like that. But what they're doing is spontaneously remote viewing. See what I'm
Oh,
saying? I mean,
oh,
if you are viewing something that like he would go to the mailbox and everything, think about it. It's all they did was their brains had connected in and into the remote viewing, and they see the thing happening just like always. And it turns out that it didn't happen right then, and they're freaking out. But I mean, that's classic remote viewing. I mean, whenever it was explained to me over and over again, because my daughter brought it up and she showed me all these things, and she said, do you think we live in a copy world or something? And I said, no, you're it's time that you're viewing through. It's not it's not
right.
anything else. And these people are just doing it spontaneously, not meaning to do it. And I noticed that everyone that did this was was from, like, I think the oldest one was like 28. I mean, so it was from teenagers to like 28. And so I'm thinking, wow, we must be really going into a new age. That if anybody doubted it, for that many people to remote view spontaneously and be able to do that, if I really think that our not only our minds but our consciousness, our way of looking at things, everything about it is changing drastically, and I'm so excited.
Yes. Interesting. The veil is thinning.
Hmm.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
seeing that kind of thing more and more now, especially now, last few years.
Remote viewers are. It's incredible how some of those people can get in that veil. I read that book of. God, I wish I could remember his name right now, but he was that remote viewer for the government back in the day.
Oh,
Inigo Swan.
Uh huh.
who?
Inigo Swan.
Oh,
His
No,
last name's Swan.
no,
Um,
different guy.
let's see.
He wrote a
Um,
book. I think it was The Spy Master or something like that.
mm,
My book's over there, but anyway, it's just like I found another YouTube page. I listen to it every once in a great while, but they have a few remote viewers. I think it's down in Atlanta,
Mhm.
but they'll describe a scenario, and what they see. Just given a few topics, but it's just amazing the detail.
Well,
I mean, like I
yeah.
finally, I did a favor once. A grandson was missing, so I tried to see what he saw and whatnot, and he ended up finding him. He ran away. I didn't see death or anything, but
Right.
the imagery that these people are trained to get remote viewing is so much. You can see words and where the paper is and everything. And
Yeah.
Jen's good at finding people. You must be remote viewing finding stuff.
Yes.
Well,
But anyway,
when
it was pretty cool. I mean, I didn't trust myself either, but come to find out, it was true. So what I was seeing, he was on a bicycle, going past a construction site, and there was something about the bicycle in the woods. And then I seen him talking to somebody,
Mhm.
leaning over in the car, and there was some kind of agreement, and then he disappeared, and that's all I would see. So my ego started getting in. Oh, maybe he was kidnapped.
Mhm.
What happened? So if I would just trusted myself, because if he's just looking in the car and talking and leaning in, it's friendly, you know.
Right.
And I seen him get in a car. We're here to come to find out he wanted to commit suicide.
Oh.
He stole a bicycle. The bicycle was found in the woods.
Oh.
He decided not to, and then decided to hitchhike and meet some girl. He called like 3 days later, 300 miles away.
Oh.
But I seen this scenario, but I assumed the worst, that maybe he was
Right.
taken or something. But here he just found someone and hitchhiked because his
Yeah.
life was in shambles and a teenager that was freaking out.
Oh.
But I was happy that everything was all right.
Right.
Yeah.
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 So
Exactly.
I'm
I
afraid
mean,
to, I was kind of afraid to say what happened. To him, okay, this is what I see. I can't tell anymore. It feels like he's a long ways away. I don't feel him dead, but it worked out.
Mm-hmm.
right.
But
Right.
the scenario I seen was exactly what happened pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wow.
I couldn't tell
Yeah.
where he was. It felt like he was with a female or something, but I knew it was like 300 miles away. Here it was 3 hours.
Yeah.
So it's 150 miles away, something like that.
Right.
But yeah, it was
Well,
crazy.
Glad he's okay.
when I registered for Lori Williams' class, because she was taught by Lynn Buchanan, and he was taught.
Lynn
I
Buchanan.
mean,
That's who it is.
yeah, yeah,
I was
Oh.
just gonna go
Lynn
get the book,
Buchanan.
and I'm like, Lynn Buchanan.
Oh.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the book I read. Yes.
Yeah, but um, she was taught by Lynn Buchanan, and then now she's doing it, and he's kind of retiring. But the reason why I did it, and because it's a lot of money, because
I'm sure.
she teaches you how to you not only learn to remote view, you learn to write a report to give to police, to give to
Yeah.
other people. And but the main reason why I did that and spent the money and made the commitment was to prove to myself that I wasn't crazy. Because and it was very important to me to do that, because if you're driving along and all of a sudden it's like you drove through a movie, you know it it makes you question your sanity. It's
Mm.
not it's I mean, I have a very my mind is is my own worst enemy about I have a very, I guess you could say, analytical mind. There has to be a reason for everything. Everything has to have, it doesn't matter if it's just me that connects the dots, but I have to have a dot to connect to, you know what I'm saying? So when I could take something I hadn't seen before and find it or not find it, I viewed a house and then I went and picked it out. So I guess I found it, but I can't do the tiny things, the really close up yet. But in pictures that I haven't seen, I can identify several different.
I can't. You're muted. Uh-oh.
Oh, she's gone. Oh, sorry. I went to look for that. I went to look for that.
Somebody's back.
No, that book is Memoirs of a Spy Master. Lynn Buchanan. Lynn Buchanan.
Lynn Buchanan. Okay.
Yeah, she asked if Mims was asking you the 7 cents, but no, it's Memoirs of a Spy Master.
Okay.
It's really cool, all the stuff he did and could do.
Yeah.
Lynn.
Do you ever remote view? Do you ever try?
I've never really tried. I mean, like I said, with that scenario I just told you, I got a picture of him, I looked, and I'm like, okay, show me what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I just seen that little movie clip.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. But I didn't seeing that he was at some girl's house. I just knew he traveled. Right. But I was thinking, but then that's all I was shown. So then it's like, then I think the worst. The ego thinks, maybe he was taken or whatever. But I should have used my senses more to say, okay, he felt comfortable.
Right.
But it was kind of hard too because he was in that mindset of maybe I want to kill myself. Mm-hmm. So it's really hard to get in that scenario.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
How'd that work?
I didn't do that.
Maybe. I know. Only she can do that.
But she's not here.
She's not here, but she's touching things.
She's trying to be. Oh, what a weird day of.
Yeah, she's trying to get back in, but she's touching the screen somehow. There she is.
There I am. My crazy internet. I'm here. I'm the host, and I get kicked off. Okay.
Now you can take Marvita's comment off.
Yeah.
Marvita, what did she say?
She said LOL. Did you do that?
Nope.
You had to have because you control it.
Yeah.
Well,
you got kicked off. You're probably
happened. I don't know.
But anyway.
Spirit was laughing.
Yeah.
He said, Spirit was saying LOL.
Yeah.
Oh man, too funny.
If I had more time, I do want to get into that. Practice more.
The remote viewing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure with you, it's most easy for me to be alone. You know what I mean? No one other's energy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
To see things like when we're here within, 3 spirited ones and others in the chat, it's like, okay. Things get a little jumbled,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We're all giggling. Cool.
Yeah.
Like, share, and subscribe, please.
Yes. Subscribe so she can get to 500
so I can have a community page. I want one so bad.
Community tab. I know, it's so
And you
exciting.
gotta have enough screen time too.
Oh, that's right. You have to. What is it?
You have
4,500.
to have so many hours
Yeah.
online too.
Oh, screen time too? Oh,
Yeah.
rats.
But don't worry about that. Just keep doing your thing. You're gonna be great.
Yeah,
Just keep doing it.
it takes time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's see.
join
Okay.
join others that have a little more, get exposure, and see how wonderful you are.
Wonderful. I am.
Suzanne, yes.
Yeah.
You want to put Suzanne's question up?
Let's
Kathleen?
see.
Bright yellow in the third eye. I don't
What
know.
is bright yellow in the third eye?
That's
Third
for
eye,
Scott.
during meditation, she sees bright yellow. So I'm guessing she means like right here.
Yeah.
What does bright yellow?
Ugh. Oh,
I
4,000
mean,
hours.
I
Hi, Ron.
4,000 hours view time. Whoa,
Hi, Ron.
quite a few. Thank you, Ron.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, Andrea said Spirit messed big time with her and Allie. Oh. Yeah.
days ago thinking it's near Halloween.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody says that the veil thins so much right around Halloween. But is that because it actually does, or is that because everybody associates Halloween with dead people? I mean, ghosts and goblins.
I don't. I think the veil's thinner at full moons.
Yeah.
I don't think Halloween is a special day for anything. So what I'm getting from the yellow is that you're seeing your vibration. And I call it a tuning fork. It's your tuning fork to connect. So I see it as you're vibrating high. You just got to make your connection. I see yellow there as your tuning fork. That's what I'm getting.
I love that.
Because I was
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, I mean, actually, what I was thinking kind of ties into that, Scott, because whenever she said yellow at that third eye, it was like the first thing that came to mind was illumination at your third eye. So that kind of coincides,
Yeah.
Right. It kind of helped to. I was making sure when I was asking, but I did a reading for someone, and she has troubles connecting with certain people, and I was getting that she's a high vibrator. Her connection to spirit and whatnot.
Yeah.
And that her vibrations just don't gel with certain people. So she doesn't really have a connection. So you got to ask, when you want to make connections, to connect with people that are vibrating near your level. So then I went and talked. I actually met her, and we were just talking about auras or whatever. I'm like, okay, let me see what I see for you. And I seen orange around with lights of blue, like blue streaks everywhere. That was her intuition popping in. And then there was bright yellow right over her head. And like, that's why you're vibrating so high. Because I see all this yellow right there. It's like your connection's there. You just got to turn on the satellite.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, when I get yellow, it's like your angel energy.
Yeah, that's what I think so too.
Okay. Yeah.
That's beautiful. I love the tuning fork thing.
Yeah, that's what I call it.
I like it.
Other than tuning fork is louder than another.
Yeah.
It's like You ever notice some people are harder to read than others?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. So their
Like
vibrations
birds.
are higher,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
Their tuning
Right.
fork is higher, and you can't reach that tone to
Mm,
connect as well.
yeah.
So I call
Yeah.
it the tuning fork. Um,
Right. Let's see.
oh,
Read this one.
I was praying
As
this
I was
afternoon.
praying, I saw what I believed to be a silhouette, ruby red, very tiny, and it was in complete darkness. Surrounding the tiny silhouette was light. Any ideas? Interesting.
Oh, I got elemental is what I hear.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for that. That's just what I heard. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's an
I
orb. It's a special orb. A silhouette. Was it?
I
Was it?
I keep on hearing the word fairy, so it kind of goes with your elemental thing. Fairy, fairy.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, very light. Oh, Mim's got that too. Yeah.
Let me see. Well, does anybody have any questions? I think the only thing else that I had was I'd heard several different readers say that the month we're coming into Scorpio season and it's gonna be a little rough. And
Rough?
yeah, Mary Street, she was telling about it, for especially for empaths, it was going to be kind of rough, and I thought maybe we
November?
could read on that. Yeah, I
November.
now I tell you something. I tell you something. Um, Whenever I remote viewed on, I didn't mean to, because I try not to remote view on Trump. I mean, I really do, because I don't want to. I did once, and I got uh, lots of Epstein images that I could not, with a scrub brush, get out of my brain, and so I, for some reason, several probably in July, I was saying that something's going to happen in November. It won't be like he, you know, gets arrested right then, but it's in November that it is the beginning of his whoa, he's in a whirlpool, big time whirlpool.
Yes. It's when they're firing up the hot tub.
Yeah.
Yes. The karmic hot tub. Yeah. Okay, so what's the question you want to read on?
Just
Scorpio season.
how Scorpio season, just kind of how either how we can insulate against negative energies, or how a collective spiritual read. I mean, how do you want to look at it?
I like that. A collective spiritual read for November.
I'm getting no. It's not a bad time. I'm getting it's unfounded fear and an illusion of ego, because this is the time of your harvest and windfall. It's the clearing time. I'm getting those. I don't think it's going to be bad.
Okay.
For
This is,
Trump?
no,
Or
this
for,
is in general. You
oh,
got thinking about Scorpio season, November and
oh,
whatnot.
okay, okay.
Right.
I feel like the worst is over. I think once we got past this
Yeah,
early fall, I feel
yeah.
it's smooth sailing here. This
Mhm,
this is the ego card in this deck, but it's actually the devil. And this is Nine of Swords, the anxiety card.
mhm,
But when I look at these, I read the messages what it says in the bottom
Looks
when I look at
beautiful.
that. So
Yeah.
the devil says the ego, the illusion of being trapped, placing too much importance on material, and getting caught up in fear and worry.
Mhm,
And then the Nine of Swords is the fear and worry card. Unfounded
Right.
fear, focusing on the worst case scenario, allowing worry to grow out of proportion to a problem.
Right.
So I think it's just when you said and asked the question, then my last two cards are ten of coins and ace of coins.
mhm,
Fall is the harvest. You're harvesting your, like if you're thinking of a farmer, they're harvesting their crops. They're gonna get their coins.
Right.
The Ace of Coins says windfall of money, advice, assistance from others, a very successful project, a happy change in life.
mhm,
So like I said, I think it's fear and anxieties that don't need to be that.
mhm.
Right.
You reap your reward in the fall here. I don't sense it.
Yeah.
No, not
Wow.
every fall can be like that, especially if there's a drought or you're getting 14 inches of rain like California. you know,
Yeah.
Right.
but we're trying to think of spirit wise and empath wise if it's going to affect us in Scorpio season.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's what my fairies deck said.
Yeah.
Well, well,
But yeah,
I
far
mean,
as far as the former guy, Kathleen, I'm totally on board. The end of
yeah.
November, middle end of November is gonna be horrible, and I'm praying and banking that within the first 2 weeks of December, that guy's indicted or something like that.
I
I
mean,
really feel.
everybody's been. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be. He's going to have a very bad day, and I am trying so hard not to, run out and buy gourmet popcorn and
Just
sit
have
it by
some
the
ready.
TV.
Well,
There's only
they
so
had
much
those.
restraint I have.
They had the microwave ones. You can pop right in there for a minute later. You're chowing.
Yeah. Yeah, I see major indictments coming down for him
Oh, in the
in December.
meantime,
In November.
we can see others in November get indicted.
Yeah, yeah, November. But for collectively, it's the star. There's bright prospects. We've come over the hump, just like what Scott said. It's kind of like now we're on, COVID. We're starting to things are starting to settle out as far as there's more vaccinated. We're coming into a new phase with that, and collectively, people are getting back to work. We're kind of achieving more of a stage of normalcy, if you want to
Right.
call it that. We're getting there. We're getting more Four of Pentacles. We're getting more control, more stability over money, over goods and services. We're still looking for assistance, though, in our Two of Wands.
Right.
People are going to be really, really moving towards their spirit and spirituality. They're going to start to,
Good.
like November, December, I feel they're going to fall back on guidance, and folks are really waking up. but they're going to seek comfort, right, in their spirit,
Mhm.
in spiritual matters. I really feel
Yeah.
that for November and
Well, I mean,
December.
I don't see anything really bad either. Um, I feel like it's it's going to be a both, wishes fulfilled and a light bulb moment, in that we're going to be seeing our families and communicating and coming together and stuff, and people realize that they need that. I mean, how many years has it been? Forever, that people don't appreciate their family, and people don't appreciate their friends and everything, because they're always there. They're always, you can run and see them if anytime you want, but having the opportunity to see them now, I think, is really really what has been the biggest thing with the pandemic. I mean, last year, so many people had to spend, Christmas alone, and that really, really made them think. That's what I get in this card. You you don't value what what is commonplace,
Right.
and you know, but they've learned their lessons and realize how very important memories and the people that have been around you all the time. This isn't. They're they're learning that people matter more than than things, than money. And I think that's a beautiful thing. For that to finally be coming through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, does anybody else have any questions, or you want to talk about something?
Hey, Sheila.
Come on, girl. We got.
Jala, how do we say that name? Jala Zaya?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jaleesa?
Jalicia.
That sounds better. Jaleesa.
Yeah. Isn't that pretty?
If that's how we say that,
Mhm.
that is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Hey, Jaleesa.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Hey, Sheila.
Oh, there's Sheila. Hey, we're on tomorrow at 3:45 Pacific, 6:45 Eastern.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Awesome,
talking
awesome.
about the floods. The flooding, Kaylee. How did it affect you? Where you at, Jen? In Washington, flooding.
Seattle? Oh
Yeah.
my God, we had a hurricane here on Sunday. Our power went out it kept going off and on, and then it was off for 6 hours. So
Good Lord.
we went to Costco
Mhm.
and wandered around. Because the lights were on there.
When in a hurricane, go to Costco.
There's lifeboats. There's food.
There's a food
Costco
court.
is the place to be.
You need your hair washed anyway, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I love Costco. You could just look at stuff for hours there.
Hours,
Yeah. Just touch it all.
Yeah, every time if I go with Nancy to Costco,
Yeah.
I would just go to the lazy boy chair with the fold up things that have the 12-pack thing and is also vibrating. So I go shop.
You're like McKenna. Yeah, she was on her phone just in the chair.
This would be pretty nice.
We didn't have any internet either. Well, of course, no power. But then the phone's data went out. We didn't even have data, so it was great. In Costco, they have Wi-Fi.
Oh,
So-
Sunday sampler.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Does anybody have any questions or any questions out there?
We've been going for about an hour. I
Who will
really
win?
thought that
Who will win the World Series? Who's playing? Atlanta and who?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
I can't remember who it is. It's Atlanta and someone.
Who is playing? Yeah, we need to know who's playing. When is the World Series?
It's going on now.
Oh,
Oh.
They might have had the first game. I can't remember.
like tonight? Like right now while we're talking?
Oh, Houston and Atlanta. Houston wins.
Houston will win.
I'm getting Houston.
Yeah. Houston.
Yeah,
Houston.
me too. Houston. Okay.
Houston.
With the goods shortages, how will people enjoy Christmas this year?
Uh-oh. Are you being clouded? Are you getting the right message?
First game of tonight. Okay. Without cheating this year.
Yeah.
No, I did a reading for someone in Houston, and I said, "Well, give me a hat from Houston because I don't have one."
Yeah.
So I just happen to have it here.
Oh, awesome.
Let's see.
Still haven't
Right
found
on-
my money. Connie Brown.
Hey,
That-
Connie.
Oh, with her son.
Oh, with her check.
No, it's missing $2,000 in an envelope.
Oh.
Is it cash?
Yeah. I'm sorry, honey.
It's cash. Oh my God. Oh, that's right. It was you and Susan Thursday night.
Yes.
Oh, I was getting it's been garbaged.
Yes.
I was
Yeah.
getting it was garbaged.
Garbage, not spent.
Garbage.
Oh, like in the
No,
garbage.
in the garbage accidentally.
Oh. Yeah. No.
I don't. Nah. I think it's garbage.
Okay.
I think it's accidental garbage. I could be wrong. I pray not.
Yeah.
Oh.
What stuff can Sheila enjoy without the Christmas stuff? Oh my God, I love Christmas stuff.
I do too.
We change it into what? Oh, a good shortages.
She looked in the garbage. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what the cards have to say quick. That's a lot of cash flow. Good Lord.
$2,100 bills. See the question below? What question, Sheila? Sheila does this. Sheila. I can enjoy Christmas without the stuff.
Star.
I keep seeing it's in somebody. I keep seeing it's in somebody's hands.
Yes.
Pants.
Hands.
Wait a minute.
They
hands?
it's like they're they're using it.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Connie. We talked about that.
Oh,
Do you check all the pants in the laundry? I don't know. The first card was the Wheel of Fortune. So that's spin.
It's spinning. Like the washing machine or the
Yeah.
dryer.
There's my
She
son.
removed the question. You removed the question, Kathleen. Sheila says it right here. She removed the question.
Well, see, question below. She took it off. What?
I know.
I'm confused.
Me too.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one. You know, I have had a brain aneurysm. It's not, confusion is not a new place for me to be.
Yeah.
Collecting money.
Doing great. Oh, I'm sorry, Connie.
Good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What?
Is there any? My
Oh,
last week,
Connie's question. Okay, I get it. All right.
is there any females in your household? You always talk about sons. My last 3 cards were Hermit, Devil, and a female. Queen of Pentacles. That would mean someone is keeping the money secret in a female. If that has anything. As far as cards go.
Oh, Sheila has a question. Bright Opal Tarot with the goods shortages. How will people enjoy Christmas this year? Will we learn something new? Well,
Well, that was Bright Opal Tarot's question.
yeah. I think people are becoming a little more simple, you know.
Yeah, I think so too.
More cash.
Because
Bad jokes, God.
I can't get it. Here's some cash.
Here's the get it in the screen. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, start ordering now if you're gonna get something.
oh, really?
I can enjoy Christmas without the stuff. Okay, I get it, Sheila.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always other things. Gift cards to go out to eat, gas cards, all that stuff. I don't see stockings full, but it's different.
Yeah. Like last Christmas, McKenna and I, it was just us, right? So we lit candles all in here. We laid the table with our china, and it was really nice. And then we made tamales all day and all night. And then we ate them. They were so good. We made pork, and I put a little chocolate in the sauce. It was so good. And then we made chicken, like verde, with the poblano pepper and chicken.
Isn't that mole sauce with chocolate? Isn't that?
Yeah.
Oh,
I made it with these all kinds of peppers. It was mild, you know, and then I just put a little bit of the chocolate in the.
Oh.
It was really good, you guys. And so it was fun. I mean, it was memorable. One, because nobody could get together because of COVID.
Right.
Just us. And that was that's how we
Eggs and spit.
celebration.
Oh, that's neat. One year we wrote poems and stories about each other as gifts. That's cool.
Oh, that's so
really
cool.
That's so cool.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrea set up above that they talked about white elephant presence during the Depression. But we kind of got sick of spending so much money on everyone. But last year we didn't have a Christmas because of COVID. But so like when we go to my parents' house, everyone just buys one gift, and then we do the white elephant thing. So you only really spend money. You only spend money on your immediate household, or your own kids, kind of thing.
We do Dirty Santa, And
Yeah.
Kind of same thing.
you
Yeah.
know, yeah.
Yeah. I like that where you play the gift game and you bring one gift, and then if you want somebody's gift, you can take it. Like you get numbers,
Yep.
right?
That's what we played it.
Yeah. You can take somebody's gift or you can get a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can always go and get some. I love
And
that.
it gets really cutthroat.
Yeah. The last person can get whatever they want if you
Yeah.
happen
Yeah.
to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Bright Opal says that would be a great custom to start making the gift instead of buying songs, poems, drawings. You know, you just get back to the way it was, you know, a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be cool. That would be cool.
Well, guys, I gotta go and channel with David Johnson.
You got a what?
She is
You
so
what?
busy.
We got a date at 6. David Johnson in Australia.
Are you in class or are you meeting up with them?
I'm meeting up with him at 6.
Oh,
Awesome.
cool. Is it
Yeah.
going to be on YouTube or are you just meeting?
We're just
What?
meeting. Yeah. We're going to talk about channeling. And
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
he's such a cool guy. Isn't he cool?
Well, yes, he's very
Nice.
cool.
All
But
the Australians are awesome.
yeah, I mean, and they
It's
know
us
so much
Americans you
about
gotta
our
worry about.
politics. You know, they know so
Yeah.
much about our politics. I mean, I don't have a clue about anybody else's politics, and they know everybody's names, and they're awesome.
Yeah.
And you know, but
Same with
I
our
wanted-
Canadian friends. They know
yeah,
more than
yeah.
we know.
yeah, a lot more than we
Pretty
know.
much.
Yeah.
Who's the
But
Canadian
I-
president or PM?
Oh God. Yeah, I can't remember that guy.
Oh, Trudeau.
Oh.
Trudeau,
oh
that's right.
yeah,
Who else is in government there? Just Trudeau, right?
Yeah. Oh.
well,
I know that's a
one
lot
thing
of learning.
Mhm.
and
Sorry.
I'm gonna have to tell you that I have enjoyed both of you immensely, and I want to see you again because you are awesome.
Oh, thank you. It was wonderful. I'd love to talk with you about a near-death experience and strokes.
Okay,
I've had 2 of
I
those.
will do it.
I think that would be really cool.
Yeah. Did you have a near-death experience when you had your stroke?
No, I had my Andy when I was 19. I had
Oh,
2 strokes
really?
after my son was born.
Yowzers.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
But I loved hearing your story on what's his name?
Jeff Mara podcast.
Yeah,
Jeff
that was
Morrison.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so great, but at the same time, you know, whenever you tell about that, you know, especially since that was the second time that I publicly told about that situation, and for one, reliving the trauma of the event, and for another, whenever you tell about something that's that sacred, I don't know, it's like my fluent aphasia gets worse, and it's like every word is very, very slow, and so I'm gonna have to. I think I did better on Scott's whenever he said just give me a short, rundown, and so I did, and it was easier if I didn't have to think about what all was happening at the time when,
Right.
you know, when I,
Yeah. Because I was thinking that it must be like going back into that energy, right?
right.
And sifting through. That's what it felt like. Like you were scanning and feeling, and but
Yeah.
I held you in my heart. It was like,
Oh, thank you. Because I was like,
yeah, yeah.
Did you do it on? Did you do your video on your channel first before Jeff's?
yes,
Okay,
yes.
I thought so.
And that one was even worse. So,
Mm.
so maybe by the third time, fourth time, fifth time, maybe I'll get to where I can just,
Yeah,
just say
that's
it.
part of it. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was great. So yeah, it popped right up on my feed after you did that on your channel.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like, I knew I had to listen to it. I seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I don't see all the, our community's videos. I kind of got to
Right.
search because, well, it's like I swear some are hidden. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I searched through them. I'm like, well, I couldn't find your Thursday night with
With Susan?
Susan. Yeah, I couldn't
Really?
find it.
What?
I had to go to her channel.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Yeah, I've
Well,
been like unsubscribed from a bunch of folks and had
yeah,
to.
I have
I've been noticing that.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's
I
kinda
wonder
weird.
what's going on with the algorithm or whatever. But because I watch them, it's not like I'm,
Yeah. I don't know.
I watched your.
I've never been unsubbed, but sometimes I have problems finding a video.
yeah,
Like I know you do Thursday nights,
yeah.
So Friday morning when I'm going to my first stop, that's what I listen to.
Oh, that's
And then
awesome.
I couldn't find it Friday. I'm like, what the heck? It's like scrolling, nothing. Finally, I just went to the channel and there it is.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I have watched and rewatched your latest video about meditations and soul contracts. You are so good
Oh,
at leading a meditation.
thank
Oh,
you. Yeah, I love
it's
that
just
one.
yeah. I mean, but by the time I'm done with it, I'm like, yeah, melty bones. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
it's a good one before bed. It really sets you up for the night, doing some work, getting some sleep.
When was that one? Just lately?
It's my last one. What did I title it?
Establishing a relationship?
There you go.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't get the
It
notifications of
was
that.
Well,
my
darn.
something about release. No, what was it?
Me? Are you talking about the establishing a relationship with your spirit guides?
So good, yeah. So good. So contract release. That
Yeah.
for some reason it was the release thing that kept on my mind because it was just like that meditation was a release. So
Right.
it's,
Uh, Because we use that in my soul contracts class. And so it's really cool. And the fifth step of the soul contracts work, it's when you release your contracts. And it's wild because on the Zoom screen, I can see everybody's, faces and their energy. And then it comes off of everyone. You watch it.
Cool.
So I had all these wisps in my living room the first time.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
It was just,
Wow.
it was, oh my God. And I started crying because it was such an honor, to be with folks. They're with me doing this kind of work. And I mean, it's soul transforming, and it's just beautiful. But that meditation really sets you up to release the soul contracts as you're doing the work, through the different steps, and then to set your intention and create your universe the way you want it, to
Mhm.
heal the way you want, or create the relationships you want, or the healing in the planet, for folks to start reaching across the aisle and really do it. I mean, you can intend anything. So it's wonderful to do that.
Yeah. I mean,
A group of people.
I mean, I had never thought of it before, but taking the negativity of the day and just releasing it that's brilliant. I mean,
Yeah.
because it's better to do that every day instead of spending hours, once a week,
Yeah.
or that getting rid of that negativity. I really, really like that, because I mean, I have migraines and stuff, so it's like
Oh,
I I can't. That's the reason why I don't do much political reads and stuff, is because I it's like my vibration is already down here, and I try to bring it up,
right,
and keep it here,
right.
and but doing that and releasing it every day, it makes it a lot easier to keep it right here.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And
so I
then the
wanted to say
bubble.
thank you.
And you're very welcome. Very welcome. All right, guys. Well, I gotta go. I love you so much, and thank you for having me. You guys are awesome. All
Yep.
right.
So are
Love you too,
you.
Jen, Kathleen.
Okay. All right. See you
Bye-bye.
later. Bye.
Peace out.
Hit end.
I am. It's not working.